Thank you very much. Hi everyone. So let me start with a small introduction of myself. I'm Mike. I'm senior product manager in ZikiBob. I have many experience like in different spheres in Web2 especially, so in artificial intelligence, in mental health, some other areas. Yeah, and right now I'm ZikiBob. Uh, yeah, so I want to start this talk with this chart, several charts. The data is a little bit outdated, but the tendency is obvious, is that the number of Web3 products is increasing rapidly right now. But uh, not all Web3 products are ready for non-techies, for other audience of people who are coming from Web2. And why it could happen? The first reason is because originally all people, all developers of Web3 community, they are created the infrastructure. They created other products for other developers. So for example, take a look at this one, uh, or to this one, or to this one. And if you show one of the screens to any non-techie or for people who are not familiar with Web3, they don't understand what exactly is happening on the screens. And this is my wife face every time when I show her anything from Web3, because she don't understand what's happening here. So technically, so hard and complicated. And the second one, so as I said, many of Web3 products created by developers for developers, and they don't thought about regular users. They don't thought that for this specific time, there will be people who will use these products like in a Web2 products. But for now, the situation is changing, and here's the example and like comparison of audience for internet when it started and Web3 people right now. And we can see that the tendency is a bit similar, and it could be like in several years, there will be many people, especially they come from Web2, some other places, because right now many Web2 giants, for example, Coca-Cola or MasterCard or Nike, they created different campaigns with NFTs, some other things. And more people who don't like understand what happened in Web3, how everything is working, they don't understand how it's working. They coming and they want to have like similar, familiar experience. Um, and ZikiBob was on the same path. Like we had complicated experience. We created the product for developers. So yeah, we was on the same path, but we are transforming right now. Um, during this transformation process, we had three main goals. The first one is highlight different use cases for our product. So what exactly ZikiBob can help people? Like what pains, what problems it could help with. The second one is bring more clear and clear value proposition to users, why they exactly need to use exactly this product. And the third one is create a familiar experience. So they worked like, they used many Web2 products during last 12 to 20 years. And they wanted to continue to use like a similar products with similar experience. So we wanted to bring this experience to them, to our product. But let me start a little bit what exactly ZikiBob is. ZikiBob is a roll-up on Optimism on Polygon. And the main idea is that using zero-knowledge technology, users can make private transactions from one people to another one. And there will be no trace on the Explorer, and no like any other information will be disclosed for other people. And we use our own Bob stablecoin, so people can like buy it on exchange and use on inside our ZikiBob app. But right now we are we want to support other tokens, for example, USDC, Ethereum, but like we are working on this. And this is several use cases how ZikiBob can be used. For example, the most interesting, it's a P2P transfers, but it could be like used in different ways. I will talk a little bit later at the end of presentation about what exactly ways. But here's the use cases. And let's back to our transformation path. We divided this process into three phases. The first one is the communication. So we wanted to understand what exactly needs and pains our users have. We want to set up this communication with them and find get the direct channel with communication of people and how we can get this feedback from them. The second phase was simplifying UX. So that I said, we wanted to create a familiar experience for people who are already used Web 2 and for people who are already using Web 3, because familiar experience is an important thing for everyone. And the third phase is create a specific tool that can help people to solve a specific problem, specific need, so for a specific use case. So let's start with the communication phase. There was two main goals. The first one, as I said, it's set up the direct communication channel for our users. So we want to have a specific channel to tell about different updates and other things. The second one, we wanted to have a channel to gather feedback from our users about pains, about needs, and what they want. For example, there are some approaches that we are used. For example, it's a surveys inside our product. We ask different questions from our users. They respond us as you see, 10% of all users respond on our questions. We get this feedback really quick, and there was really problems that our users have. Here's the what's new screens. It's a great way to show information about our updates, our events, what happened inside the product, and what happened outside the product. The second phase, the simplifying UX, the second phase, and the main goals was to create a familiar experience and fix current problems that our protocol already have. So maybe remove technical wordings or some other stuff. We started with simplifying UX, so creating the ZK account that all users should have inside ZK. So we started with this one, and we created the same experience that all Web 2 products have. So just what do you want? Create account, or you want to sign in? This one. Also, we focused on simplifying wording because our landing page, our protocol, there was many different technical wording, and if you show this to any people who don't understand what is zero knowledge or some other technologies, they don't understand what happened inside this protocol. And I did this. I asked people. And also, we wanted to highlight different use cases. Especially, we want to highlight it on landing page because the most of people, they are coming to landing page and they want to understand what happened inside the protocol. So we simplified it, we highlighted use cases, and more people understand what happened, what is the ZK is. And the third phase that we are working on right now, it's a tool for specific use cases. So as I said, we have different use cases. Maybe not everyone understands what exactly ZK can help them with. So we wanted to highlight exactly this problem and prepare the solution for it. And the goals was, as I said, highlight use cases and show people how exactly this use case could be solved for them. And also we used from the first phase was really useful for us because we asked people inside our product what exactly they wanted to. We asked, we launched the survey, and many of people said about private payments. They said that they wanted to request this private payments and send it anonymously. And the idea behind this exactly tool that everyone who already have ZK account, they can generate a specific link. It's similar to Web 2 experience, for example, in Revolut. You can generate a payment link, send to anyone, in Twitter or I don't know, on forum or some other places. And those people who have this link, they can open it, connect their wallet, and send to you any of tokens, any amount. And there will be no information about who was the recipient. And this is the main idea. And then the recipient can do whatever he wants with this money. He can send it privately to other people, or he can withdraw this money. So this is the idea. And during this transformation path, we learn different things, like many of them, but there's the three main things. The first one, that communication with people, with users, inside the product, outside the product, is a very important thing. So the first one, you need to understand what they want, their needs, and also you need to understand their problems. And when you started to working on a product, like in Web 2 and Web 3, you need to understand all this information, have the channel for collecting all this feedback. The second one is you don't need to overload your product, because if you have too many different things, like too many technologies or too many functionalities, people can probably can find what they are exactly want. So you don't need to overload this. And the second one, the third one, as I said, it's a direct channel for collecting feedback. Because when you deploy different versions on your product, you need to understand what exactly like happened with your product. Is it was useful for these people, for your users, or not? Yeah, so that's all. Thank you very much. You can join our Twitter and Telegram channel. We also launch Discord server, and there will be some interesting updates, so join us. Thank you. Any questions?
Hello.
Hi.
I have a question regarding the similarities between this product, from what I understand, and Tornado Cash. Basically, how are you working around possible regulations and attacks towards the developers?
Yeah, regarding the regulations, we have different like limits inside our product. For example, we have limits on deposit, we have limits on withdraw. Also, we scan sanctioned wallets that connected to our protocol, so we try to avoid dirty money inside the protocol. So this is what happened.
Basically, this can be worked around with an army of bots and addresses, so the amount, even if you limit it to $100, it can still be done.
Yeah, but we have like the limits for the whole protocol. So we have like, if several users created different accounts and they use the whole limit of the protocol, so no one can use the protocol at all for the whole day.
Okay, thank you.
Hello, thank you for a nice presentation. I think it's very important to do things like this to bring Web3 to non-techies. My question is, what is the best way to collect feedback? Do you have like pop-up questions, some specific feature, or send emails? I don't know.
Yeah, so that was my first like questions when I started working on Ziggybob, because it's another area of the product that I worked on. And for me, like I tested many approaches. For example, I tried to invite people for one-to-one talk, because it's the most like useful thing for collecting feedback. Also, I tried different surveys, like outside the product, not inside one. And the third was create a specific service inside the product. And for now, like for maybe just our protocol, for other maybe working something else. But for us, the third one, like different service inside the protocol, working the best. Because as I mentioned, there are like high response rate, many people involved to the product. You can like separate different people into segments. For example, people who already like used 10 times Ziggybob. You can show just them specific questions. It's very useful.
So I completely agree with customer feedback being pure gold. But what about pain points and issues that the customers aren't able to articulate?
Yeah, it's yeah, I understand. It's the problem that like probably could solve if you talk them one-to-one. So if you, for example, will participate in a conference with your product, you try to describe them what is the Ziggybob, try to like communicate with them, and probably with the specific questions, you try to understand what like hidden problems and pains they have. And like for now, I have just this approach that can be used. Yeah.
Hey, Mike, thank you for your presentation. My question is regarding changes of landing page and some text on your web page. How do you actually measure all of this? Because it may be really tricky to measure all of it by...
Yeah, the tracking information regarding all changes, it's tricky questions, especially like for small products. For landing page, we try to it's a sequential testing. We try to deploy another version and compare the results from the original one, like the old version, and the new one. So this is what we used for this.
Thank you.
So you are talking about like onboarding non-Web3 people. So do you have like specific, maybe separate scenarios? Like, okay, so I already have MetaMask account. I just need to do some stuff, and like another button. So some guy asks me to send payment through this link. So what should I do next? Like, for instance.
If you have like ZK account already, or you have just MetaMask.
No, I mean, so okay, so if I want to collect some payment using ZK Bob, it's okay. But for instance, I'm some user that just wants to send payment to someone who already has this account, but I don't. So actually,
yeah, I understand. Thank you. Yeah, for exactly those tools that I described on the previous slides, the sender don't need to have a ZK account, so it's just the recipient should have it. If you don't have it, you can use for this payment link when you open this landing page, you can use our own coin, and there will be a small fee because we don't need to convert to our Bob token. But in this case, you don't need ZK account, so you just need to connect your wallet like any of this MetaMask
Yeah, I mean, but I'm like, so imagine that I'm not Web3 user, so I don't have account.
I understood. Right now I understood. Okay. Yeah, for now it could be a problem because you need to have like some abilities and skills, understand what is the wallets or how to make a transaction. Maybe you don't need to understand how to make a transaction. Yeah, but I mentioned this on my LinkedIn post that it's the problem not for specific protocols, it's the problem of the whole area like Web3, because we need to, people and protocols need to understand how to simplify not exactly one product, but the whole sphere. So people from Web2, they can just have the same experience with the Web3. They don't need to understand what is the seed phrase, how I should, some of wallets said that you need to write it down on the paper and then put it on some bank. So it's crazy. Yeah, so this is the problem of the area, I think.
Yeah, thanks.
What about when you have this wallet that you're building like ZK Bob? Do you have any features where some on ramps are involved, like to put money from I don't know Skrill or MasterCard or whatever?
Yeah, exactly. This approach we don't have, but we have we connected the Li-Fi widget for swap, like multi-chain swaps, so you can transfer some, for example, if you have some Ethereum on mainnet, you can transfer and swap them to Polygon or Optimism to Bob. So it's not a problem, but yeah, we don't have on ramp, so you can't buy for the credit card some amount of Bob token for now. You can go to another third-party platforms and do this, but not inside the product. Yeah, seems that's all. Yeah, thank you very much.